Let's talk about this. What does an analytics team look like? I'm going to tell you. First, we need a data steward. We need someone who understands how to wrangle the data to get it out of the various systems, put it all together in one giant table or one database, but then has the attitude like, I'm here to give this data out. I'm not going to keep it. It's not a data owner. It's not a data hoarder. It's a data steward. This person's job is to get the data out, clean it up, and share it with the team. Okay? The next role you need, now these could be different individuals. They could be one person who's got lots of skills. The analytics explorer. This is what most people think of when they think of analytics. Oh, I need that person with the math PhD who loves computers and wears a white lab coat around the office, right? The data scientist. You know, they're going through the forest looking for the fountain of youth. They go through all kinds of wrong turns, but finally they find it. Behold, the fountain of youth, right? Then we need the information artist. This person's job is to take the water from the fountain of youth and to put it in a nice Evian-style bottle that everyone wants to buy. A lot of analytics projects fail right here. I have the right answer, but no one will listen to me. Do you know how many times I've heard that? Do you know how many times that's happened to me? All the time. The information artist makes the answer consumable by a decision maker. Yeah, I understand it because I understand the math. But a decision maker is like, oh, okay, you're telling me to do this, but my gut says no. How can I listen to you? The information artist is the secret. And here I'm going to go into a little detail on what an information artist does. They're not a graphic designer, though they have those skills. Why do we need such an artist on God's green earth? Let me tell you why. This is what a typical chart looks like. You make it pretty, you put 3D on it. Oh, let's go back. And it's actually unclear. And by taking away some of this stuff, this is the first thing an information artist will do, you can actually make it clearer. What we're trying to do is devote most of the ink on the page to the data and not to the extraneous things. Do I need grid lines? Do I need bolding? Can I lighten things up? The data is the bars. The bars is what I'm trying to show, okay? So I can get rid of those lines. I can direct label. I get rid of the whole axis that way. And so I started out with something that looked like this, and now I end up with something that looks like this. So the whole less is more thing is really powerful. I'm going to give you an example in data tables, okay? So we start out with the Excel default, and we get rid of the grid lines. Grid lines are like jail. Take the data out of jail, right? We get rid of the fills, get rid of the border. They're all extra, right? If we bolded a bunch of things, then we bolded nothing, right? Gonna do some alignment work. Oh, one of my peeves, putting decimals. Do we really believe that it's 61.978? We don't know that. Use some white space. Consistent precision. Our minds can really only think of about a 3-digit number when we're doing a comparison. If you really want the detail number, they'll ask, okay? And we add some emphasis. We started out with something that looked really ugly, like this, and we cleaned it up to something zen-like. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to show you the last one. This is the most important. How to fix your pie chart. So we start with Excel default, the 3D pie chart, doing the same thing, getting rid of the borders, getting rid of the redundant legend, removing the 3D. Why would we waste a dimension, right? Get rid of the bolding, reduce those colors. One color, that's really all we want. And here we're going to remove the wedges. And then we fatten up those lines, and now we have fixed the pie chart. Got it? I tell my students you have 3 pie charts to use in your life. Use them wisely. Anything you can show with a pie chart, you can show better with a bar chart. I know you're not believing me, but trust me. There are 3 charts you should use in your life. The bar chart, the column chart, and the scatter chart. That's all you need. I guess you can do a line chart too. A line chart is kind of like a column chart. But a pie chart, man, yeah, here's why. You can walk into a room and you can see someone, you can be like, that person's half an inch taller than me. Right? We're perfect at that. It's like, I need an extra half inches in my heels. But you can walk into a room and say, is that person 5 pounds heavier than you? Maybe, maybe not. We're way better at showing distance than we are at showing volume or area, okay? That's why pie charts are bad. All right, this is the little symbol you need to remember. Less is more. I gotta see how we are for time here. Okay, if you want to learn more about this, read Presentation Zen by Gar Reynolds. Fantastic book. Okay, back to our team. We need the automator. Their job would be to build the bottling factory at the Fountain of Youth so that everyone can get it. Their job is to take your analysis and turn it into a dashboard or a report or an interactive visual. And then we need the champion. Their job is to reach down into the land of the geeks, reach up into the land of the decision makers, and pull the two together, okay? The champion, super important. If you don't have one of those, you're spinning your wheels. So that's your team, 5 different roles. And if we were to merge them all into one, it would become the data scientist that we all hear about. Those unicorns that cost you $250,000 a year and then they go work for Facebook as soon as you train them. Okay? But you don't need those. You can kind of cobble your own together by finding people with the individual skill sets. When we're hiring people, these are the 4 skills we look for. And I say if they have any 2 of these, they're a good candidate. We can train the other 2. We never find anyone with visual design skill and anything else. That's the problem. It's kind of a right brain thing, and the others are left brain things.